Make it laugh for your next comic. It's Brandon Beaderstadt!
An embarrassing story. Fuck. I don't know. I got my haircut today. I obviously didn't like it. Have you guys have you ever gotten your haircut and realized that your face was the problem? I'm just like, just give me the hat. I'm out of here. I've got a show to do. People are drinking tonight? Anyone drinking? Hell yeah. Anyone been arrested for drinking? Okay, well, sit down, because I'm the loser in front. Actually, I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of nerds, to be honest. So, like, or liars, that's fine, whatever. I got arrested for drinking in Iowa. Yeah, I don't know which part you're cheering for, but I'm 30 years old. I'm from Iowa. In Iowa, this is what 30-year-olds look like. Yeah, in LA, people think I'm 47. Yeah, black don't crack, but white just might. So here we are. Yeah, I was 19 at the time, which I guess was the problem. And there's not a lot to do in Iowa. I don't know if you guys have heard, but not a very exciting place. I love the food. The food's great. I mean, like, pork tenderloin, Iowa sweet corn. My favorite thing is getting to have some of my grandma's home-cooked meth, though. Family recipe. But yeah, I was back. It was a day like any other. We were going to the lake, and so we bought a six-pack. I had a fake ID. I was the cool kid. Sorry, nerds. And we go to the lake, and everything's going fine. We each drink about 6 Bud Light Platinums, which are stronger than regular Bud Lights, for those who don't know. And yeah, someone knows too well. And they haven't been arrested, huh? Yeah, so I'm having a good time with my buddy, and we finish the beer, the sun's going down, and my buddy turns to me and he says, "Hey, dude, do you want to throw up with me?" And what's weird about this friend is he asks me this all the time. And about 1 out of 3 times, I'm like, fuck, why not, dude? We're in Iowa. Might as well. And so we're making ourselves throw up in front of these, like, families. And this mom didn't like it, apparently. And so this little snitch, nerd, by the way, she called the police on us. Yeah, I know. And you're not going to like the ending because I get arrested. But and the cops don't show up. Who shows up at a lake? A DNR officer, the guy who arrests you for fishing, usually. Fishing wrong, that is. And I'm not very afraid of DNR officers. Fuck the pigs, but DNR officers, I could beat most of them up. However, this DNR officer happened to also be my 8th grade teacher. And I am kind of afraid of Mr. Polistrini. And so my fake ID from Pennsylvania probably wasn't going to work on Mr. Polistrini because he had given me a C in science. And so I'm still trying to pull it off. I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, I'm in Pennsylvania now, and I'm also 2 years older than you remember me. Things change, Mr. Polistrini. We all get older, some of us faster than others. And so Mr. Polistrini called the real police, the ones I am afraid of, by the way. And originally they were like, they ran my ID. It turns out that number belongs to like an 87-year-old woman in Boston. So I did my best grandma voice, but it still didn't work. And at one point they said, "All right, turn around and put your hands behind your back." And I said, "Are you arresting me?" They were, by the way. That's what they said. And they're like, "Just do it." And I'm like, "I think I should get to know." And they're like, "Have you ever had a fucking taser before?" And no, I had not, and especially not in wet swim trunks, motherfucker. Keep that thing away from me. So I got arrested, and at this point, though, they don't know who I really am, because my fake ID, which I got from China, by the way, inside of a lamp, if you're if you're trying to defraud the government, go to the pros. And it was a good idea, but it had my real name just misspelled by one letter. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm never telling you who I am. They're like, sir, well, we can keep you in jail forever then. I was like, okay, well, I'll give you a hint. The name is pretty close, but I pay your fucking salary. Figure it out. So I'm in the back of the cop car, and on the way there, first of all, they're treating me like I'm an insane person. I don't know why. And on the way there, I can hear them. They're like, we still don't really know who this is, but wait, we do have a Brandon Beaderstadt from Jasper County. It's pretty close. And I'm in the back. I'm like, fuck. So the cop grabs the CB. He's like, yeah, I think that's probably going to be a match. So I get to the jail, and they put me in a single-person, crazy people cell with no bed, soft walls, which was nice. That was awful. And at this point, I'm like, come on, man. But I'm in jail. I'm hoping it's going to be my only time, and it was. It still is. And so I'm doing what I should do. I'm doing some push-ups and freestyle rapping. If I'm only going to be in jail once, I want stories. I was in the room alone, so I went to the biggest motherfucker and punched myself in the face. I had to set up dominance. I was in jail for like 16 hours, though. Yeah. And so I started doing crazy people stuff. And at one point, I'm kind of kicking the walls. I know, people, I'm losing you. But I kicked the door, and it swings open. And I am not that cool. I'm so fucking scared. I go into the corner and just lay in a fetal position because I'm ready for the firing squad to come in and be like, you tried to get out of here. Yeah. 30 minutes later, the door's open for 30 minutes, by the way. I didn't escape. They're not looking for me. A cop comes by, he looks at the door, he looks at me, he's like, well, that's weird. Just closes it. That was my freedom for a second. Yeah, in the morning, I tried to call my parents with my one call, and it turns out they were passed out because they're drunks too. They let me call my parents like 17 times. I'm like, it gets more painful after every call. I shouldn't rip on my mom so much. Like, I guess they love to drink, but she had a cool car. Like, my mom had one of those futuristic cars that you didn't even need a key to start. You could just use your breath. No, it was cool because sometimes she would let me start it. And, yeah, I got out and had a good lawyer that tricked them into thinking I went to Columbia University instead of Columbia College Chicago. So I got off scotch-free. And that's my story. Thanks. Yeah, now I'm a free man, yeah. And to prove how cool I am, here is a song by Four Non-Blondes. Because I'm tough. Yeah, yo, okay, 1, 2, Feel free to sing along if you know the words. Yeah. 25 years and my life is still, I'm trying to get up that great big hill of hope. Great big hill of hope. Thank you, girlfriend. For a destination. Yeah, and it's good because I realized quickly when I knew I should that this world was meant for this brotherhood of man. For whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out. What's in my head, and I ain't feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I want to scream the top of my lungs. What's going on? You know the words because they're, hey, said, hey, yeah. what's going on? And I said, hey, yay, 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 hey, yay, yay. I said, hey, oh, what's going on? This part of the song's very weird. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I try. I said, oh my God, do I try? Well, I try all the time in this institution. And I pray. I said, oh my God, do I pray? Well, I pray every single day. For what? For revolution. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just you get it all out, what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Well, I said, hey, oh, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, thank you. Keep it going for your host.